First quarter.
Well, I think he feels good. I think the last 2 days, having those days off, his legs look fresh, and really good first quarter for us. You know, we defended pretty well. There were a couple of threes maybe we could have challenged better, but all in all, really good first quarter, but we got a long way to go. We just got to keep defending without fouling. That's the biggest thing. If they get to the foul line, then they can get their defense set up. So we're focused on that and taking care of the ball.
Thanks, Coach.
7 points for Josh Richardson. Players are in health and safety protocols right now. The roster for a game. Cassidy, it's been a wild few days in the NBA.
Yeah, you guys talked about 5 total Celtics in protocols. I'm told the Celtics set up their more elaborate Tier 1 testing area again in their practice. Discuss using the hardship waiver to add players yet. He did point out that they have been used to this, this year, having guys in and out of the lineup. The Warriors found out yesterday that Jordan Poole had to enter protocols, and Kerr admitted but as they finish up their road trip in Toronto tomorrow night, I asked Steve Kerr if they're worried about crossing the border since they have stricter protocols mandating anyone who tests positive, vaccinated or not. Reported yesterday, the NBA and NBAPA have agreed to new COVID-19 protocols and increased testing that start December 26th, including all players and staff being tested on game.
Like Isaiah Thomas, who goes to the G League, gets elected to the league.
Right, there's going to be
a big part, and Andre gets another strip.
And Iguodala able to gather it after the fumble. Bielitsa leading the break. Bielitsa all the way in on the follow, gets it to go. And a timeout taken
out of that quarter, or that timeout. They were up 12 on the glass, and particularly Golden State hurting them on the offensive glass.
Wiggins hits the jumper 15.
Colleague Mark Jackson called him the greatest backcourt in the history of the game. Like, I'm just happy for him. And I think I'll tell you something else Draymond said that I found really intriguing. He said it would be unfair to expect from Klay that he would go right back to what he was. But he said we do not, and I don't remember the percentage, he said we do not need Klay at that level in order to do what we.
And actually, Doris, asked Draymond, was his anticipation for Klay's return building? And he said no.
He should.
I think he's going to be quite motivated.
How about Wiggins?
He's killing him.
15 in the quarter, now Chio.
About motor and level and attentiveness and being engaged. I'll tell you this, you're not seeing any of it. We were talking about his playmaking. That shows you it's not instinctual to him yet, that last play in transition.
Smart lobs it up, and Williams got up high to put it down. And Steve Kerr will take a timeout.
Golden State.
18-point lead. A highlight here, though, for Boston.
The Time Lord making no time at the cup. Good pass by Marcus.
3 p.m. Eastern. Really looking forward to that. As Kuminga finishes on a perfectly placed fade in the corner of the end zone from Draymond Green.
It's 6 assists, and these are all the things Draymond does. In addition to being the anchor, the driving force of the best defense in the league, those passes that he makes to different players, something he always finds his way to the action when his team is struggling.
Well, it was Smart earlier in the season who called out his teammates, talked about how every scouting report says, hey, make Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown into passers, and they don't want to pass, and ended up prompting a players-only meeting. But in the aftermath of that, the defense in particular really picked up. Celtics started to find their footing, and then went 1-4 on their recent road trip and slipped back. Coming off a win against Milwaukee, though, which coincided with Jaylen Brown's return. Curry, like a ballerina, out to Wiggins, out of 3. 24 for Andrew Wiggins, and a gorgeous setup from Curry. Richardson kicks. Brown back to Richardson. He has another.
Their threes have been a big part of them trying to stay attached, Ryan.
9 for 20 now from 3, or make it 8 for 19. Draymond Green airballs the 3. Draws the derisive cheers of the crowd. And then Tatum nearly lost it out of bounds. Tatum step back. He's good. Now they've hit 9 first half threes.
It's the difference maker in the league so often, isn't it, Ryan? You think the game is out of reach, you make a few threes, and you're right back in.
Curry can't hit that one. Out of bounds off of Wiggins. Boston basketball on an 11-3 run.
If you want to see a patented Jason Tatum move, his footwork is exquisite, folks. The step back, very reminiscent of sort of the pitter-pat feet you see from James Harden. Footwork is an underrated part of getting separation. Yes, you've got to have physical strength, but your footwork has got to be efficient and on point.
You mentioned it, Doris, the 3-ball keeping Boston in it, trying to end this quarter on a little run. Tatum lost his footing. Richardson kicks, Smart, steps in, kicks out. 3 to shoot, Smart, Will, long 2, no. And the rebound to Curry. Golden State a +9 on the glass. Wiggins, not that time.